Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and good evening. My name is Liam Kenny, and I really do appreciate you taking time out of your evening to join me right here on YouTube as we go over yet again another blockbuster snowstorm by the name of Izzy. This storm really has three parts to it. First off, it's gonna start way up there in the northern plains and also there in portions of the interior Great Lakes, where it is going to dump upwards of a foot of snow to places like Sioux Falls and also Des Moines, Iowa. It is then going to track all the way down to the south and bring some people in the southeast their first flurries of the season. I know Storm Tracker Jim Cantoy from the Weather Channel will be going to Asheville, North Carolina to do live coverage of that, and depending on how fast my COVID test comes back, I will be trying to join him there. And then from there, it is going to make its way all the way up to the northeast and bring very heavy snow to portions of the Midwest and also Northern Plains and also portions of the Mid-Atlantic. And before we go any further, I want you all to know that I am monitoring the live chat, and if you have any questions, comments, or concerns throughout the stream, please be sure to let me know down there, and I will be more than happy to answer any questions, comments, or concerns you might have. And also, if you're brand new to the channel, definitely be sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and also be sure to click that like button if you are enjoying the content. I recently overachieved 450 subscribers, which is just absolutely incredible. One of my videos that I did a couple of days ago has over 3,000 views, which I could not believe that happened. My new goal is I'm trying to hit 500 subscribers by June 21st. So if you're brand new to the channel, please be sure to hit that subscribe button and help me reach that goal as well. Once again, this storm has three main parts to it. Part one is going to be in the Northern Plains and also Midwest. Part two will be in the Deep South, particularly the Mississippi River Valley, Georgia, and the Carolinas. And last but not least, part three will be in the Mid-Atlantic and portions of the Northeast. And considering how much snow we could be seeing within Winter Storm Izzy, it's obvious we have to have winter storm advisories, winter storm warnings, and also winter storm watches. So anywhere we see that purple on the map, that is winter storm warnings, indicating we could be seeing potential blizzard conditions, to say the least, honestly, upwards of 6 to 8 inches of snow, and very gusty conditions. And this goes all the way from Fort Madison all the way to the east of Sioux Falls, and then all the way up there into portions of northern North Dakota. Anywhere you see that blue, that is a winter weather advisory. So that does include Salina, Kansas City, Minneapolis, Minnesota, Sioux Falls, Sioux City, all the way up into places like Pierre and Bismarck there in North Dakota as well. So as you head into your day tomorrow, it is going to be a very yucky day across portions of the interior Great Lakes and eastern portions of the Northern Plains. Anywhere from Fargo down to Des Moines, it is going to be a very cold day with very heavy snowfall. I mean, really anywhere in this light blue area that is east of Sioux Falls, directly in the middle of Des Moines and west of Minneapolis. That is the area we're watching for the heaviest snowfall and potentially upwards of 2 to 3 inches per hour. And just take a look at the temperatures. I mean, Fargo only topping out there in the high teens. Sioux Falls topping out just below freezing. Minneapolis, Minnesota topping there below freezing. And last but not least, Des Moines topping just above, just a couple of degrees above that freezing mark. As we head into tomorrow night, it really doesn't change all that much. But take a look at the temperatures, how they really plummet as we head into tonight. Sioux Falls there topping out at 2 degrees below zero, and Minneapolis 3 degrees below zero. Wow, that is insane. Des Moines, Iowa, you're only going to be topping out in the low teens there with still extremely heavy snowfall there. Kansas City, it is going to be a raw night for you with a mix of rain and snow topping out at around 24 degrees. Now, you might be wondering if it's going to be 24 degrees, well below freezing, how are we going to have, rain? It all depends on whether the temperature is well up in the atmosphere. So, for example, if you go up about maybe 5 or 10,000 feet and you hit a warm sector in the atmosphere, all that precipitation is going to change right over to rain, and then it might change back over to some slushy sleet or maybe some snow as it gets closer to the surface, and we do get some of those colder temperatures. Alien Overlords now, very professional, well done, thank you. HQ, great Liam, hey Liam, great stream today. Thank you very much for that. And then as you head back even more towards the south, places like Springfield and St. Louis, you're going to be right around that freezing mark with a lot of rain. But does anybody want to be outside when it's, in the low 30s and rain? I sure as heck don't. It's just going to be a messy night overall, especially throughout portions of the Midwest and Central Plains as well. And unfortunately on Saturday, we're still looking at that chance for snow in portions of Tulsa, Oklahoma, Kansas City, Kansas, and then all the way eastward towards St. Louis, Missouri, where temperatures are going to be steady anywhere from the low to mid-30s, but regardless of whether or not it's going to be snowing, raining, icing, whatever. It is just going to be a raw weekend or raw end of the week and start of the weekend for millions of people across the Midwest and also portions of the Southern Plains. And then eventually, as you get into the Mississippi Valley now we're talking about places like Memphis, Tupelo, back towards Little Rock, and then also eastward towards Nashville, where it is going to be once again a very raw night. I mean, who wants to be outside when it's raining and temperatures are going to be steady in the low to mid 40s? Just a very raw night overall. Now, for those of you who live in Georgia and the Carolinas, I know all week you've been wondering, is it going to snow? At the beginning of the week, I was leaning more towards yes, considering that the models weren't showing that there was going to be a warm front on the north side of this. But now, all the models are indicating that by the time the area of low pressure is over here, over the Mississippi Valley, there's going to be a warm front that's going to be coming north from south. And that's going to be bringing in a lot of warm air aloft in the atmosphere. And if there's any snow in the atmosphere that could be some sort of winter precipitation, it's going to be changed all over to rain until we can get all the cold air to come in on the backside of the system. So as you head into your night on Saturday, going from Jonesboro east towards Nashville, Bristol, just a very cold night. Temperatures topping out anywhere from 26 there in Jonesboro down to the mid-30s there in Huntsville, upwards right around the freezing mark there in Huntsville, below the freezing mark there in Bristol. Just overall a very cold night all across the Tennessee Valley. And then not to mention, right here across portions of northeastern South Carolina and also there in extreme western portions of North Carolina, anywhere where you see this pink area, that is where we have the chance for ice. And let me tell you, over the next couple of days in portions of South and North Carolina, if you live west of the I-95 corridor or anywhere in these particular areas right here that I'm going over, the ice threat is going to be significant for your areas. Now, for those of you who are wondering, are we going to get snow here along the Grand Strand portions of, let me see here, of Georgia and South Carolina? If you're hoping for snow, please stop. You are not going to see any snow at all. We may see a couple of flurries now and then, depending on what the temperature is in the atmosphere at the time being, but just expect a lot of rain and also a lot of wind. Now, how much snowfall could we be seeing throughout the Midwest, interior Great Lakes, and Northern Plains? Anywhere right here where you see this pink to almost purple, I mean, this is east of Sioux Falls, east of Sioux City, really directly in the middle of Des Moines and west of Minneapolis. Anywhere right here that I'm circling, that is where we have the chance of seeing of at least 5 to 8, if not more than a foot of snow. I mean, really anywhere, I would say, in this kind of turquoise to almost light blue, you need to be on high alert over the next 36 to 48 hours. Please do not be on the roads, as, I mean, even though there's going to be crews out there salting the roads and everything else like that, it's not worth the risk. God forbid you slide on the road or you get somebody else into an accident, and just stay home, stay indoors, maybe get a board game out, or just sit by your fireplace and wait till it is all over, because over the next, I would say maybe 18 to 24 hours, especially in this region right here, it is going to be a very, very, very hard mess. Now, as you head into Sunday throughout the day, this is going to be the day for Georgia, the Carolinas, and the Tennessee Valley, and portions of the Mid-Atlantic, when everything really ramps up. And what I mean by everything is, I mean the snowfall back towards the Ohio Valley and also towards the Mid-Atlantic. The rain here along coastal areas of Georgia and South Carolina, and not to mention anywhere in this purple area for Charlotte, north of Columbia, west of Raleigh, east of Asheville, where Jim Cantore is going to be. It is going to be an absolute mess out there with so much ice falling, making those roads so slick. And not to mention, I mean, the snowfall rates anywhere in this dark blue area, we could be seeing upwards of at least 2 to 3 inches per hour, if not more than that. Let's see here. Hey, Severe Weather Chaser Guy, welcome to the stream. And in that 8 to 12 inch area, there could be some isolated higher amounts. Definitely possible. Keep it up. You could easily become the top weatherman on YouTube within a year or two. I appreciate that. And thank you, Mr. Lukey, for that comment. I really do appreciate all the support. It really does mean the absolute world to me. I really cannot thank each and every single one of you enough. Now, you probably could guess that considering how much snow we could be seeing in portions of the Western Mountains there in North Carolina and the ice accumulations here in portions of South and North Carolina, we obviously have winter storm watches and ice storm watches as well. So let me go to this side. Anywhere we see this blue, that is indicating a winter storm watch. This does include Greensboro, down towards Lumberton, Florence, you were in this, as well as my friend there, Will, back in Columbia. Anywhere in this blue area, you have the chance of seeing winter storm conditions. And what I mean by that is a couple of flurries. The ice really in this area is just going to be intolerable, and also some very gusty winds. Now, the most dangerous part is this ice storm warning that is indicated in the purple. Southeast of Greenville, north of Columbia, west of Florence and Lumberton, south of Charlotte. And this goes all the way and this also possibly goes all the way into North Carolina as we head into tomorrow. I don't think they've issued it yet for North Carolina, but considering how the models are looking right now, I would definitely not be surprised if they go ahead and issue a ice storm warning for portions of the Lumberton area. So, with that being said, if you are under that ice storm warning, please do not be on the roads on Sunday. Please, I am begging you, it is not worth the risk putting yourself in danger or others in danger as well. Stay at home, get a board game out, do something fun with your family, and wait it out until Monday comes around, and then you can do all that other stuff. It is not worth the risk considering how much ice we could be seeing accumulate anywhere in this purple area. And last but not least, we also do have a winter storm warning for Asheville, Charlotte, Greenville, and also north towards Boone. I know that meteorologist Jim Cantori will be in Asheville doing live coverage there on Sunday. I myself, if my COVID test comes back negative, I will be trying to get there as soon as I can, and I will possibly do some live updates there on Facebook, depending on how fast my COVID test comes back. But regardless of that, whether you're in the winter storm watch, the ice storm warning, or that winter storm warning, please, 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 if you have any outdoor plans or you have to go anywhere on Sunday, cancel them. It is not worth the risk considering the severity level of this storm. Let's see here. Hi, Liam. Good evening to all. Hey, Peyton Morris. Hello from Tennessee. Hey there. And then I think HQ and Severe Weather Chaser Guy having some back and forth conversation as well. So, as far as the potential ice and impacts go, as you can see, anywhere in this green area, we are good to go. Green always means go, and that is indicating no, we will not see any we will not see any ice east of the I-95 corridor right along the coastline. Really no travel issues, and thankfully no power outages. However, as we get into this pink area, that means minimal, anywhere from, I would say, no ice to a tenth of an inch of ice. We have minimal to no travel impacts, and thankfully we shouldn't see any power outages. But still, anywhere in this pink area, this does include Lumberton, Dillon, Marion, Darlington, Florence, and west of Florence, you have the chance of seeing a little bit of ice on that. I know it may not be a lot, but obviously it is a possibility. Now, last but not least, anywhere in that red area indicates anywhere from a tenth of an inch of ice to a quarter of an inch of ice, and that could include some slick spots on bridges and overpasses. A couple or a few tree limbs could be down, and isolated power outages are possible anywhere from Laurinburg back towards Bennetville, and also west towards Hartsville as well. So let's time this out for you. Starting out on your Saturday afternoon, really nothing much, but then as you get into the morning hours on Sunday, everything kicks up, and the heaviest rain comes around noon. But thankfully, the bottom line with this, it'll be a very quick hitter. And it'll be out of here as we head into portions of your Monday morning. Just take a look at that ice threat back to the west. I mean, the ice threat is just going to be considerable with this, not to mention how heavy the rain is going to be on the coastline. I mean, take a look at this. Focus on the rain right now with this particular one. Look at the rain from Myrtle Beach to Conway down to Murrells Inlet, Georgetown, up through coastal areas there in southeastern North Carolina. It is just going to be insane how heavy the rain is going to be. We could be easily looking at over 1 to 2 inches of rain within this particular storm right here. Now, obviously, considering how strong the area of low pressure is, by the time it gets into our area, the wind gusts are going to be very, very high, especially way higher than normal. I think the highest wind gusts are probably going to be along the coastlines, going from North Myrtle Beach downwards to Georgetown, where we could be seeing wind gusts as high as 35 miles per hour, and then we'll be steady there in the low to mid-30s there, closer to the PD and also on the border belt. Your chance of seeing freezing rain over a tenth of an inch. Our biggest area right here is going to be east of Charlotte, right near the Rockingham area, where we have at least a 90% chance of seeing at least a tenth of an inch of hail. And not to mention, everywhere in this light blue area, we have at least a 50% chance, if not higher than that. It goes all the way up to 70. I mean, this is north of Columbia, anywhere in that ice storm warning that was issued by the National Weather Service. But let's kick it up a notch. Let's go to now a quarter of an inch of ice. Once again, north of Columbia, right in between Charlotte and also Rockingham, right in the middle of that, we're still looking at a pretty decent shot. It goes down a little bit on the scale, Once we get towards Columbia, now we're going down to 30 and 40. But other than that, right here in that ice storm warning, we're still looking at least a 40 to 50% chance of seeing an ice accumulation or a freezing ice accumulation. And last but not least, at least a half inch of ice, if not more than that. Look at that right here, directly north of Columbia. Nowhere else is showing that except portions of Greensboro. Directly here in the middle of South Carolina, we have about a 1 to 5% chance. I know it may not look like much, but considering this is the only area on the map that could see that ice, that really should stand out to you, considering this is the only area that the National Weather Service thinks that we'll see at least a half an inch of ice or more than that, just north of Columbia, right in that yellow area right there. New York City. Okay. What is the weather like for Sarasota, Florida? Okay, and then we also got, the 18 GFS really set the low pretty inland, unfortunately for us. It is keeping a westward trend. Yes, that's very, very true, and a half of inch is really bad. Yes, that is very, very true. Going back to Severe Weather Chaser Guy, the weather for Sarasota, get back to me on that. Let me go through the slideshow, and then I'll answer that question for you at the end of the slideshow, okay? Now, when we're talking about ice accumulations and the impacts that it could have on some people, let's take a look at this. Anywhere from 1/10 of an inch of ice to 1/4 of an inch of ice, that's where we're going to be in that minor category. And by minor, we could mean that we could see a couple of glazing on cars, icy trees as well. I'm honestly going to be shocked if some bridges and overpasses aren't going to be icy, and we also could have some isolated power outages as well. Now, anywhere from 1/4 of an inch of ice upwards to a half an inch of ice, you're going to be in that moderate category, and some tree limbs could sag or even break. The overpasses are definitely going to be slick as far as along the roads, and also we could be seeing some scattered power outages. And last but not least, anything higher than at least a half an inch or higher in that severe category, widespread tree damage, roads extremely dangerous, and widespread power outages as well. This is basically the worst case scenario that we could be seeing within the power outages as well. Half an inch of ice is really bad. What will the weather be like in Hiawassee, Georgia? Hope I said that right. For the forecast for the specific locations, let me get done with the slideshow, and then as soon as I'm done, I'm going to go back and answer all these questions. Okay, let me just get done with the slideshow, and then I'll go back and answer all the questions that you might have as well. Now, taking a look at how much rain we could be seeing within Winter Storm Izzy. The biggest accumulations are going to be right along the coastline, going from Georgetown through Murrells Inlet, Myrtle Beach, up to North Myrtle Beach, and then eventually into portions of Wilmington. We could be easily seeing upwards of 2 inches, if not more than that, while most people along the PD and east of I-95 are topping just under 2 inches. But regardless of whether or not we see 1.5 inches or 2 inches, everybody really throughout the whole entire eastern United States really needs to be alert on this, especially over the next couple of days. Take a look at how much snow we could be seeing all the way from the Mississippi Valley eastward into places like Georgia and the Carolinas. Just look at these snowfall totals right near Asheville, easily upwards of 5 to 8 inches of snow, if not more than that. These snowfall totals are going to be just insane. We could be seeing upwards of 1 to 3 inches of snow there in western portions of South Carolina. So, for those of you who live in South Carolina, like myself, that will be your first snowfall of the season. Congratulations for that. As we head to the east, places like Nashville, Memphis, Jonesboro, once again, anywhere in that 3 to 5 to 5 to 8 inches of snow, at least a half a foot of snow, if not more than that, especially here in these pink areas right here. And we're still seeing upwards of at least 1 inch of snow, if not more than that, in places like Springfield and Little Rock as well. Now, we're not done with the system yet. That was just part 2. The first part was obviously the Midwest and Northern Plains. The second part was the Southeast, and now we head into part 3, portions of the Ohio Valley, Mid-Atlantic, and Northeast. A multi-part storm that we are calling by Izzy. Just insane. Winter Storm Watch is now in effect from Roanoke through Lynchburg, Charleston, all the way up into Watertown, New York, indicating you could be seeing not tropical season yet, Winter Storm Watch. So I'm excited for hurricane season to come. That's why I said that. Anyways, as we head into your night on Sunday, widespread snow showers going all the way from Charleston, West Virginia, through our nation's capital, through Pittsburgh, Syracuse, north to Burlington, where temperatures are going to be steady in the teens there. Boston, Massachusetts, a very cold night, a very raw night, to say the least, with temperatures only topping out in the 20s. The Big Apple there in New York City topping just below that freezing mark, with extremely heavy rain and snow there in New Jersey. If you live in the northern portions of New Jersey, you're going to be seeing the snow. In the southern portions of New Jersey, that's where the rain is going to be, along with our nation's capital, right there. And then eventually, as you translate into your Monday, we're still seeing widespread snow showers all the way from Maine, southwest down all the way to Pittsburgh. I mean, temperatures are going to be plummeting very, very fast. I mean, 29 there at Buffalo, 30 at Pittsburgh, 45 there in the Big Apple, 46 there in Boston, 28 there in Burlington, and then eastward into the 40s there in Bangor, Maine. How much snowfall could we be seeing within the northern part of the system? Once again, easily upwards of a foot of snow from Roanoke through State College, upwards into the western Great Lakes, and then eventually all the way up into Maine. For coastal portions of New England, this is going to be a rain event for you. You might see a very small change over to winter precipitation, but mostly it's just going to be a rainmaker for you. Alrighty, so now I'm going to look at your comments. Let's see here. Let me get my mouse over here. Hang on a second. Lots of comments here. Really do appreciate y'all joining into the live stream. Let's see. Okay. Alrighty, Sarasota, Florida. You want the exact forecast right now or the forecast for later? Come on. Get off my screen here. Alrighty, so Sarasota, if I'm not mistaken, is right over here. So let me go take a look at that and see how it plays out. Bring my mouse over here for a second. What the heck just happened? Oh, there we go. Alrighty, let me move out of the way here. Alright, so once again, Sarasota, you're right around this area. So let's go ahead and take a look at your forecast as we head over the next couple of days. So here we are. This is getting into Sunday now. Here is the area of low pressure here over the Alabama-Georgia border. There's that cold front coming in. It looks like the heaviest rain should stay just to the north of you. But I would say into your day on Sunday, it is going to be a very rainy day for you. It looks like the heaviest rain may stay just to the north of you, but still, it is going to be a very rainy day for you there in Sarasota. But thankfully, you're on the south side of this, so it should exit out pretty quickly with only a very small shower lingering around. But mainly, the main event will be up there in portions of North Carolina as well. Alright, so let me see here. What's the next one? Hiwassee, Georgia. Okay, let me find where that is. Let me remove this comment real fast. I don't know what that was. Let me go find out exactly where that is, and then I will get back to you on that. I'm spelling this wrong. Hang on a second. Hiawassee, Georgia. Alright, so you're going to be in that extreme northern part. Alright, so let's take a look at you. Okie dokie. Alright, so Hiwassee, if I'm saying that right, you're about right here. So let's go ahead and see how this plays out for you. So it looks like at the first part, you might actually see a couple of flurries right here along with this snow band right here, but it's mostly just going to be rain. Here's the area of low pressure, the heaviest rain staying over the Big Bend of Florida and over the Panhandle. As we play this out, looks like you're probably going to be in that heaviest rain and possibly getting a little bit of icing right in there. And then eventually you will probably most likely be changing over to snow as soon as you're on the backside. So here's that backside. There's area of low pressure right here. You're getting all the cold air coming down from this area right here. So as soon as you get that cold air to come down, you will be seeing that transition over to snow. And then eventually it should be out of here as we get into the afternoon. Alrighty, next location. Dude, my area is hard to predict. I saw some models showing us getting like 8 inches, and I see some models showing getting nothing. Sykeston, Missouri, and southeastern Missouri. Okay, we will go ahead and take a look at that right now. Missouri, let's see here. You are... Which one was the best? We probably should be right here. And that is in southeastern Missouri. Okay, so as I play this, so right now, you are in that rain and snow mix, considering you're probably somewhere right in this vicinity right there. But it should not last much longer for you. You're actually, oh wait, whoopsies. I said that wrong. So right now, it's still up here. Over the course of tonight and then into tomorrow, you're going to start off as rain on the south side, but then as soon as you get on the northern side, that's where all the snow is going to be. And then eventually you will make that change over to snow, but thankfully you shouldn't be in it for very long until it eventually lifts up to the northeast. So I would say maybe upwards of maybe 1 to 3 inches of snow. I would still stay off the roads, but you're not going to be seeing as much snow as some people are going to be in the central plains and also, in the northern plains and also the mountains of North Carolina. For some reason, radar scope is not showing any snow. That's funny. For me, it's going to be rain, okay? Oopsies. For me, I'm going to see strong winds. The snow is really wet and heavy here in central Iowa, and the storm might bomb out right over me too. Great presentation, so professional. Thank you. I know, right? Liam does a good job forecasting. I really do. Thank you guys. 5 more subscribers. Aw, thank you guys. He's one of the. Aw, thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate that. I think Sarasota, Florida might see isolated severe weather. Let's actually go ahead and take a look at the SPC outlook for tomorrow. So here is the rest of today's. As you can see, across the board, no chance of severe weather at all. Possibly, maybe, I mean, this is just my forecast and not theirs. As the band is coming through, we could see a couple of storms that may have some damaging winds, to say the least. I mean, considering the winds are going to be up, higher than normal as it is. But mostly within these bands, it's just going to be heavy rain. We're not looking at any severe weather. As we head into the day tomorrow, we have a very small TSTM chance right here in central and southwestern portions there in Iowa. Wait, no, that's not Iowa. That's Arkansas. But no, I wouldn't forecast any severe weather at all. Let's see here. Whoopsies, go back up here. I'm not Sarasota, but my mom is going to be there. Okay. Yeah, she shouldn't really see anything except some batches of heavy rain. I'm not seeing any snow, unfortunately. Darn, that stinks. But I am seeing the rain and the wind, like I said earlier. The storm could bomb out. Yep. I already went through these. Okay, wait. Can you check the weather for central New York? Absolutely. Let me just get to the rest of these comments. You should consider spending 20 for Google AdSense. You would get 500 upwards to 2,000 views for only $20. Might help you grow the channel. I will definitely take that into consideration. Central New York might see mixed precipitation. Actually might see snow as well. Levi Smith, thank you so much. I appreciate you answering my question. Absolutely, it's my pleasure. Sebastian, I'm so close to the marginal risk. That's good. 1 to 3 to 3 to 5 inches here in Maryland. What is it looking like for South Carolina? I will get to that question as well. I was talking about for Sunday, LOL, might be in the general risk for day 3. Let's see here. Day 3. Okay. So as we head into, let's see, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So either, I think this is Sunday or Monday, if I'm not mistaken. Right here along the Big Bend the Big Bend of Florida, also the Panhandle, we do have a very marginal risk there right along the Big Bend. We're still in that TSTM risk for portions of eastern Arkansas, central, southern, and northern portions of Mississippi, southern Alabama, extreme southwestern Georgia, and then also portions there in northwestern Florida. But once again, that's just going to be the rain band coming through. I'll pull it up again and show you here how that's going to play out. So just be looking around this panhandle right here. That's where that greatest risk is for severe weather if you want to say anything at all. And the reason for that is because as the area of low pressure comes over the Mississippi Valley, the cold front on the front side of this could have, some wind shear, maybe some instability. It's going to be very, very low if we do have anything. Once again, the wind speeds are already going to be up with this thing. We're not expecting any damaging winds within any of these thunderstorms. But once again, really, honestly, if in my opinion, I would say there's about maybe a 5 to 10% chance of seeing severe weather along the Big Bend in Florida. Maybe the exact same thing as it comes up to the Carolinas, but this is not going to be the storm for severe weather. This is going to be the storm for the wind, the rain, the ice, and especially the snow there in the high elevations. Mostly for Sunday, it will be marginal risk. Yep. Alright, so, the comment for South Carolina, I don't want to say your name wrong. Do you want me to just tell you the whole forecast for the whole entire state? Or do you want me to tell you the forecast for a specific location? Just let me know and I'll be more than happy to answer that question for you. I want to make sure that I'm not giving you a wrong forecast. I do appreciate getting me up to 455 subscribers. I really do appreciate that. It means the absolute world. Once again, if you don't mind just telling me if you want the forecast for the whole entire state of South Carolina or a specific location in South Carolina, I will be able to answer your question just a little bit better. I really do appreciate all the support you guys are giving me. It's just, I really couldn't think of anything more supportive. You guys are just absolutely incredible, and I really cannot thank each and every single one of you enough. If I haven't told you this yet, I will be interning with my local mentor, Chief Meteorologist Ed Piotrowski at ABC 15 News. I've been trying to get with them for the past couple of months, but they haven't been able to because, number one, because of COVID, and number two, because of all the paperwork, and number three, because more just COVID just fired up. So right now, I'm planning to go back in there on next Tuesday, but you know as well as I do, with the way this new Omicron variant or whatever is going on, it's very hard to tell. I'm not going to get into politics or anything like that because this is a weather live stream, but I will hopefully be in the studio ASAP, and I will be doing way more professional green screen videos. I really do appreciate Ed Piotrowski letting me do that. It's going to be incredible. What else we need to put? Alright, if we can refrain from those if we can refrain from those types of comments in the chat, I would appreciate it. Thank you. You are still one of the best weathermen I've ever seen. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. That means a lot. Jeez Louise, hang on a second. My father's calling me. Let me tell him I'm doing a live stream. Dad, I'm doing a live stream. Can I call you back? Alright, thank you. I do apologize about that. Nice, Liam. Congratulations on that, bud. Bro, very healthy rain for me. Excellent top-notch update. Thank you. I really do appreciate y'all's support. It just means the absolute world to me. And also, I do appreciate the 9 likes. If we can go ahead and put even more likes on there, and this you actually helped me get this stream out to more people on YouTube, and they definitely need to be seeing this considering how bad Winter Storm Izzy could be. So I really do appreciate that. He is one of the best young meteorologists out there. You guys are so nice. Thank you. That really means a lot to me. Thank you so much for that. gotta say, as much as, I mean, my family is incredible supporting me, but you guys on YouTube, you guys are incredible. I love you guys. You guys are amazing. Any more questions or concerns at all from me? I'll be more than happy to answer anything. Any specific states, any specific counties, any specific cities, any specific types of weather, anything at all. Threat for power outages, any specific power outages in particular. Yes, let me go back to my PowerPoint here. Let me go here, and my clicker. So as far as ice accumulations go, we could be seeing power outages, depending also how strong the winds are. Let me go back to that one also. So as I said, anywhere on Sunday, from the PD down to, I would say, Marion, wind gusts, scattered wind gusts upwards of 30 to 33 miles per hour. And then down on the coastline, scattered wind gusts upwards of 30 to 35 miles per hour as well. Anywhere from Georgetown northeastward towards Wilmington, I would say. So within that, we could see a couple of power outages, but I think that most power outages are actually going to be coming from the ice, anywhere in that ice warning. I mean, anywhere from a tenth of an inch to a quarter of an inch, isolated power outages, a quarter of an inch to a half an inch, scattered power outages, and then also anything more than a half an inch or more than that, widespread power outages, including the roads are going to be extremely dangerous and widespread tree damage. So it all just depends on how bad the ice is. And let me go back to that ice storm warning here. Once again, anywhere in that ice storm warning right here, southeast of Greenville, north of Columbia, west of Florence, and then also, I mean, as of right now, I would, if it was my decision, I would put this whole entire area right near Lumberton in an ice warning. I'm honestly gonna be very surprised if by the time I wake up tomorrow morning there is not an ice storm warning in effect for this general location right in this area. I know it's not under it right now, but considering how the models are looking, I mean, you can just, see. I mean, look at this right here. All this pink is ice right here. It goes well into North Carolina, all the way up into Virginia. This whole area should be under an ice storm warning. So, obviously, I don't work in the National Weather Service, but I'm telling you my forecast. I'm putting this whole entire area under an ice storm warning, okay? Even if you don't see it right here, you are under an ice storm warning, in my opinion, to say the least. Treat this winter storm watch in the blue, treat this winter storm watch as an ice storm warning. You could easily be seeing upwards of a quarter of an inch of ice, even more than that, especially anywhere in these areas. Obviously, right here we already have an ice storm warning, but east of this and northeast of this, you are definitely going to be an ice storm warning. If you don't get an ice storm warning issued in your area, I'm going to be shocked. I'm going to be very, very shocked. Once again, I mean, just look at this. All the way right here, Charlotte, through Raleigh, up into extreme southern Virginia, all in that ice, and not yet in the ice warning. Doesn't make sense to me, honestly, in my opinion, and that is why I am making my own forecast, okay? If you work at the National Weather Service, I'm sorry that I'm making my own forecast, but I'm just doing what I feel like is right. Let's see here. Give Florida snow. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. January 7th run. We already saw that. Central Iowa forecast. Yeah, absolutely. So Central Iowa, you are actually right now in the thick of it, as some people want to say. Right here in the central portions of Iowa, very heavy snow, especially over the next several hours. The rain is now just starting to get into portions of northern Missouri, but anywhere from eastern South Dakota there into portions of southern Minnesota, western Wisconsin, northwestern Illinois. The whole entire state of Iowa is going to be in snow for a very long time. And then also, as we progress this, let me move my slider back. Here we go. Central Iowa, you guys are going to be in it for a while. Considering you guys are just now starting to get in the heaviest of snow. Northern Iowa will be out of it, I would say, by tomorrow morning, but you guys will be in it until at least midday, if not into the afternoon, and then eventually it'll be departing as you head into your evening. But over the course of tonight, into tomorrow morning, into the early portions of the afternoon, then eventually you'll be out of it as you're eating dinner and also going to bed. Let's see here. By the way, HQ, I saw your text on Instagram. Sebastian, can we please refrain from those comments? Thank you. I know you forecast South Carolina. I can give you something that only South Carolina does for the graphics. Okay. I think in Lumberton up through Richmond should be at least in an ice storm watch, but I think they retired the ice watch though. They should not have done that. If anything, they should have issued an ice storm warning. I mean, I just showed you the forecast. I mean, hang on. Let me go back to this. Go back to the southeast. I mean, look at that right here. All this purple is ice. There's not a single ice storm watch or warning right now issued in North Carolina. And the majority of it is going to be in northeastern South Carolina and the whole entire central and western portions of North Carolina, except for portions like Asheville. Wow. I am shocked that there's not an ice storm warning issued. Shocked. I agree with you, yeah. Whoever keeps messaging me on Instagram, you know who you are. Just please stop messaging me until after the stream, okay? Thank you. Do you think there are any anomalies within this storm? Odd behavior, perhaps geoengineering, but that's a topic you don't have to talk about because it might be considered political. There was some talk about this storm earlier in the week about whether it was going to shift more to the west or more towards the east. I personally think it's now shifting more towards the west, if anything, considering at the beginning of this week I was forecasted to have snow, and now, I mean, my whole entire area is completely in heavy rain. So, if you want to say anything, I would say it's been shifting more towards the west with every single model scan that I've seen over the last couple of days. But other than that, it just depends on what the European or the GFS was showing as far as snowfall totals go. But other than that, not necessarily. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and remove that comment also because it looks a little shady. I think the National Weather Service in Raleigh might issue an ice storm warning either later tonight or early tomorrow morning. Yes, they really should. I mean, it has to be at least before tomorrow afternoon to let people know ahead of time. So just look at that right here. All this is ice and mixing. I mean, even mixing, we're talking about sleet getting on people's cars, and considering the deep freeze coming in after Izzy's already gone. I mean, if there's any sort of sleet or freezing rain on the cars, as soon as that deep freeze gets here, it's all going to turn to ice and stay on the cars, especially as we head into Monday morning. It's just going to be a very dangerous case scenario, and I know that this may come as a shock to you, or maybe not necessarily, but even after this is gone, the deep freeze is going to come well down into the south, potentially even getting into northern Florida. I know we never talk about cold air getting down into Florida, but here we are. Northern Florida potentially could be seeing some well below average temperatures for this time of year as you get that deep freeze to come down all the way down to the south. And once again, if there's any sort of freezing rain, ice, or sleet on your cars, especially here in extreme northwestern South Carolina, the whole entire central portions of North Carolina, and then portions there in extreme southern Virginia, please be sure to wipe off your car, maybe scrape the ice off it, try not to damage your car or anything like that before you're heading out to work on Monday morning. It is going to be crucial, considering it's going to be very, very dangerous if you have to drive on any of that with your car. January 7th run showed up to 8 inches of snow for coastal South Carolina and North Carolina, and snow for the Panhandle. Not necessarily sure I believe that. I do believe that coastal South Carolina was forecasted to get snow, because when I checked my forecast on Monday morning, it was showing possibility of snow. But 8 inches down to the panhandle? No way. Not even close. Personally, I would like to see snow. Yeah, same here. I would love to see some snow. I might actually be able to see it this weekend. If my COVID test comes back negative, I'll be trying to see if I can get up to Asheville. I wish I saw snow within the system. I would rather see rain and wind than not see any... Wait. I wish I saw snow with this system. I'd rather see rain and wind than not see anything, though. Yeah, that's true. Sorry, I'm at work. Did you talk about SE? Yes, I did. You asked me a question earlier in the comments about the forecast for South Carolina. I was asking, my question to you was, did you want the forecast for the whole entire state of South Carolina, or did you want the forecast for a particular region, city, county, anything like that? I just want to make sure that you're getting the most accurate forecast, and I'm answering your questions to the best of my ability. 0.1 inch for the Panhandle. I made it 8 inches of snow for coastal South and North Carolina. Yeah, that's not going to happen. We're not even going to see... I'm honestly going to be very, very shocked if we see any sort of flurries here in coastal portions of South and North Carolina. Do you think the Black Hills in South Dakota will get any snow this season, or is it too far out to tell? That is a good question. Let me see here. If you can let me know exactly where the Black Hills are in South Dakota, I'll be able to answer your question a little bit better. Let's see here, North Dakota. Let's see how the models are playing this over the next several days. So we do have a small chance more of snow showers as we get into Sunday again. So while the southeast is getting Izzy, we have another, I guess you could say, system at the least, possibly bringing some isolated snow showers there in extreme northeastern North Dakota. But as far as that goes, let's see how this plays out. Here comes another system right behind Izzy, and that will bring snow into portions of northern Minnesota and extreme northeastern North Dakota, and some portions there in southwestern South Dakota. And then, as it progresses, here comes another system. So yes, to say the least, we will get snow. It's just going to be on and off with everything within every single system. Upstate Spartanburg, South Carolina. Let's check it out. Let me find out exactly where upstate Spartanburg is. Give me just a second here. Alright, so you're going to be in that extreme northwestern part. So, oh yeah. So, to say the least, you are going to get slammed. You're probably going to be one of the hardest hit places in the state of South Carolina to get it. So, let's take a look here. Let's play this out. Here's the area of low pressure over the Mississippi Valley. There's the leading edge of the rain, but still you're getting rain and also a mixing there in the high elevations there in North Carolina. But take a look at this. As we're getting into the heaviest part, take a look at that. You are about right there. You're going to be in the worst part of it, whether it's mixing, heavy ice, heavy snow, or heavy rain. You're going to be in extremely heavy precipitation. It is going to be a rough night for you as you go into your Sunday. But thankfully, once again, this will be a quick mover, and it'll get out of here pretty fast. You may actually encounter more snow on the backside of it before it's all said and done with. And then it'll be out of here as you head into your Monday. But you're going to be seeing that rain and snow mix to start off. Then it's going to be probably the heaviest of rain, sleet, or snow. Then you go into snow on the backside of it for a little bit longer, and then you are out of it. So it will probably be here for at least, I would say, from at least extremely late Saturday night into at least early evening hours on Sunday. And then it'll be out of here probably as you're going to bed on Sunday night. Tallahassee, Florida, okay. West from the border of Wyoming, okay. Spearfish, Rapid City, or a wall? Are you talking about Spartanburg? Oh, okay, I see what you're talking about. Yeah. So once again, you and Spartanburg are probably going to get hit the hardest out of any, I would probably say out of any location in the state of South Carolina. Because your region, because your county is, can I zoom in on this? Oh, come on. Whatever. My computer just doesn't want to be kind with me because it knows I'm doing a live stream. But yes, you are going to be very hard hit. Yeah. Oh, okay. You love snow and ice. Okay. Well, well, for your sake, I'm happy that you're getting it. For others, I'm not so much happy. I'm happy that you're happy though. Sebastian wants Tallahassee. Okay. Let's go to Tallahassee. Tallahassee is, I believe, I'm not mistaken, it's somewhere right in this area. I'm not mistaken. I passed geography class with a pretty good grade, so I should know where that is. And plus, I've been in Florida countless number of times. So Tallahassee is going to be in that very heavy rain with that cold front coming through, but it should be gone. You're not going to be in the worst part of it. The worst part is going to be the Carolinas and Georgia because they're going to get the center of the low pressure system to come through it. You're going to be just on the cold front, but it will be heavy at times, but it'll be out of here within, I would say, maybe a couple of hours. Can you please do the Catskill region of New York next? Absolutely. If you don't mind me asking where the Catskill region is in New York. I know it's going to suck for a lot of people, but it hasn't snowed in 2 years here. Yes, that's very, very true. South Carolina does not see snow very often. For the comment for Stay Human, can you just let me know exactly where Catskill region is in New York so that way I can get a better answer for you? Just let me know. Regardless of whether you live in New York, I'll play this out. Yeah, if you can let me know exactly where you want it in New York. So it looks like at the start of it, the area low pressure is going to be centered over just to the west of West Virginia. You've got snow across the western mid-Atlantic and eastern Ohio Valley, with the snow now starting to work its way into southwestern portions of the state. And then I think eventually once the area low pressure eventually comes up northward, it's actually going to change back over to rain for a little bit, especially there in the New York City area. But right here, I mean, this is going to be extremely heavy snow across the Great Lakes, and then also snow there across the northern portions of the state. And then once again, coastal New England, it's going to be all a rain threat for you. Maybe some snow as the wrapping outer bands come through, but it's mainly just going to be a rain event for coastal New England. But still, snow for Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, and then also portions there in western Massachusetts as well. Kingston, Woodstock area, the Hunter Mountain. Alright, let me go take a look at where that is. Kingston, Woodstock area. Let's see here. Okay, so you're going to be directly north of this city here. Okay. So Kingston is going to be, take a few, leave a few, somewhere right in that general area. So you will most likely be starting off as snow here until we can get the area low pressure to come up close enough to you. And then you will be changing over to rain, potentially with a mix, and then maybe changing back over to snow as the cold air comes in. Once again, possibly some scattered snow showers for coastal New England once we get the backside of this to come through. But but the heaviest of snow for the Northeast is probably going to be in western Pennsylvania and western portions of New York, and then also potentially northern New England, until the area low pressure can come up, and then it will bring some warm air along with it on the eastern side. But anywhere on this western side of that area low pressure, that's where all of the cold is going to be coming down from Canada, and that's going to lead to all the wintry precipitation as well. Crap, man. The rain is working its way. Yep, it is. We used to get so much snow here. Okay, I got you. This message is... hey, don't say that, please. Lake effect snow, could be so much snow. I know it could be. Lake effect snow? Not necessarily. I mean, possibly some at the end of it, on this backside of it, but mostly it's just going to be all the precipitation on the northwestern side of the area of low pressure. I mean, just look at all this. All this snow right in this vicinity right here, this is all going to be on the northwestern side of the area of low pressure, so it's not going to have anything to do with lake effect until we can get that colder area coming on the backside of it, and then it will change back over to lake effect. So yes, to answer your question, could we see lake effects on the backside? Yes, it's possible. So once the area low pressure is out of here, we could be seeing some lake effect snow along with these bands, particularly right in this vicinity right here. Any more questions? People in and around the Piedmont will need to be watching out for a major ice storm. Yes, very, very true. Okie dokie. So that is about all I have to present to you tonight. I really do appreciate all of y'all joining the live stream tonight and getting me up to 456 subscribers. I just checked it. I really do appreciate it. We also do have 12 likes on the stream, so I really do appreciate that part. It is currently 6:56 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. I'm going to give y'all till 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Daylight to ask me any more questions or concerns you may have, and then we're going to go ahead and end up tonight's live event. When are you going live again? So I may not necessarily be going on live on YouTube, but I don't know if you were here when I first started, but I just took a COVID test today, and if it comes back negative, I'm going to be trying to travel to Asheville on Sunday, and from there I will be trying to do a couple of live streams on my phone, depending on how great the Wi-Fi service is at the hotel I will be staying at. I may try and get on live on YouTube. I can't get on live on YouTube on my phone until I have 1,000 subscribers, but I will try and get on live if I can on my phone if I get up there. But regardless of that, if I am here on Sunday, I will be doing live coverage of it, and then also I have to work tomorrow until 6, so I may be doing a small update after I get off work. But don't worry whether or not I'm going live or not. I will be with you every single step of the way, whether you're in Alaska, all the way down to the Panhandle of Florida. I will be with you every single step of the way. Once again, probably on Sunday. I don't have any school, as no kids do on Sunday anyways. I will be most likely doing live coverage of this storm, bringing you every single threat possible. You never need to worry about anything or any of this information being inaccurate. Please come to me if you have any questions at all. Personally, throughout my years of experience, people have actually told me that my forecasts are more accurate than the weather channels, and I just try and forecast what I think is going to happen and not what they think is going to happen. I base my models off of theirs, but depending on what I've seen over the past couple of years, I try to make my own prediction with that kind of stuff. So once again, if I go to Asheville, I'll be trying to do as many live updates as I can on Facebook. So be sure to follow me on Facebook. I've listed the link down in the description for you to follow me, as long as the links to my website, my social media, including Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and also Twitter. Be sure to follow me on all my social media pages. But yeah, I hope that you'll continue to join me right here on Liam's Weather again for another live update on Winter Storm Izzy. Well, likely this is going to change. Not very likely. How likely is this going to be changing? Not very likely. And what state you in, bro? I am in South Carolina. Stay safe. Thank you very much. I am actually in your state. What is the danger for central New York with all that ice and snow stuff? How far into Georgia will the storm dip? If we all subscribe with a second email, we could get you up to 1,000 subs. That's true. How likely is the forecast going to change regarding to the Northeast and New York? So let me answer the question when it comes to Central New York. I think that also ties into your question also as well. What just happened to my... Why can't I... Oh, there we go. Can I not... I think my PowerPoint's frozen here. I think my computer may have just crashed. Or my internet is not working. Oh, there we go. I have the mouse on my second screen. Alrighty, so going to New York and Central New York, it's not very likely that it will change. I mean, it's basically been on the same track all week. I mean, if anything, I've seen a very small shift to the west, just a very small shift. But other than that, throughout this storm's whole entire journey, it's really been on track throughout the whole entire time. So if it does shift, it will probably be more back to the west, just a little bit more, maybe about 10, 15 miles, to say the least. But I wouldn't count on the track changing. And once again, if you're brand new to the channel, definitely be sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, so that way whenever I go live or post a brand new video, you always get notified. And also be sure to click that like button if you are enjoying the content. That helps me get the content out to more viewers on YouTube, and they definitely need to be updated on this massive winter storm. I really do appreciate you guys getting me up to 457 subscribers. That was actually my original goal by June 1st, and now my new goal is 500 subscribers by June 21st, which is also my birthday. So, if any of you are new to the channel and you haven't already hit that subscribe button, definitely be sure to hit that subscribe button. And also be sure to recommend this channel to your friends, family members, fellow work members, colleagues, anybody else like that, so that way they know exactly what is going on. And hard to believe that hurricane season is just a couple of months away, and in case you don't know, these hurricanes and severe and tropical weather are my favorite things to forecast. Whenever there's a hurricane making landfall or anything like that, I always go live. I always do live updates, and I also do live coverage. So definitely be sure to join me for this year's hurricane season. I will be with you every single step of the way, just like I will with every single weather event out there. And I will bring you all the latest details and everything you need to know about every single storm impacting the United States of America. The good old USA. Like and subscribe, like and subscribe. I like that. Thank you very much. Alrighty, so it is now 7:03. I'll give y'all till 7:05 now. Ask me anything else you might have, and then I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. Once again, I really do appreciate y'all joining me tonight and trusting me to bring you up to date on the latest information on Winter Storm Izzy. Once again, depending on whether I am in Asheville, North Carolina on Sunday, or I'm right here in South Carolina on Sunday, I will still be doing live updates and also doing videos and coverage, so that way you never, so that way you don't feel like you don't know what's going on. So definitely be sure to join me on here. Once again, if you're brand new to the channel, definitely be sure to hit that subscribe button. turn on notifications, and also be sure to click that like button if you are enjoying the content. Alrighty, one more minute. Will Izzy be that bad? I would probably rank it up probably as one of the... It's definitely by far one of the strongest snowstorms I've seen in a while, especially for the southern tier of the United States. But... Geez, that is a hard question for me to answer. Because if I try and compare it to the other winter storms that I've seen within the last 5 or so years, it probably is up there. Probably is making top 5, but it's a good one, I'll say the least. Winter Storm Izzy is definitely one of the top 5 winter storms I've seen over the last several years. How long have I been doing this channel? That is actually a very good question. Let's actually find that out here. Let's go to my channel here. So I have been in YouTube since January of 2015. So it's 2022 now. 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 21, 22. I have been in YouTube weather forecasting now for 8 years, and honestly, I would not change it for anything in the world. My end goal is to become a storm specialist for the Weather Channel, which is located in Atlanta, Georgia. So that's my end goal, but I still love doing YouTube forecasting. Alrighty, so there's now 7:06. Any last questions? I'll give y'all another minute or so since we just got more questions. And thank you for the 14 likes on the stream. That also really does mean a lot to me. And thank you to everybody who is new and hit the subscribe button. That really does mean a lot to me as well. I cannot thank each and every single one of you enough for all the support. Anything else? Alrighty, so I think that is going to conclude tonight's live stream. Once again, thank you all so much for joining me and trusting me to bring you up to date on the latest coverage or latest information on Winter Storm Izzy. Once again, depending on if I am in Asheville on Sunday or I'm down here in South Carolina on Sunday, I will still be bringing you live updates, live coverage, and videos pertaining to Winter Storm Izzy. And last but not least, once again, if you are brand new to the channel, definitely be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. And be sure to click that like button if you are enjoying the content. For more information on my website, on my YouTube channel, and myself in general, please be sure to visit my website at www.liamsweather.org. I have listed the link below to my website and all my social media links down in the description of this video. Once again, thank you all so much for joining me tonight, and I hope you have a great night, and I will see you next time right here on Liam's Weather.